right, this is Lee Elberson here, CEO of Claiborne Education, and I've got a very special guest with us, an amazing young gentleman by the name of Kibiriti Majuto. Kib, thanks for being with us today.
So thank you.
Well, I could go on for days about Kibiriti's accolades, but I'll just say if you Google his name, you will see that Kibiriti is an advocate for change, leading marches in Washington, D.C., starting nonprofits, and just doing his best to make this a better society. But Kib, I had some questions for you. So we're living in this new COVID-19 normal, and you are a student at the College of William and Mary. Tell me, how has this new normal changed your academic life as a college student?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, very like the first thing under this new situation is definitely just feeling I'm very unproductive in doing work, and just it's very hard to remain focused on school because one, you're worried about what's going on in the world, and two, you also have like academic work and so many other things you have to do at home, and so it's it's very frustrating to your mental capacity on, whereas that if you were in school, you're supposed to remain focused on education and so forth. And now you bring school to your home. And so if there was any problems at home or any situation that you have to deal with in the home, you bring all of that with you and you have to deal with all of that while doing schoolwork. And so it's become very, very difficult. And granted, the professors have tried their best to be very limited of the amount of work they provide. So a lot of the the syllabus has changed to fix the current situation. Well, it's still hard because I'm used to like that in-class situation, not through Zoom or other online platform ways of learning. So it's been very, very difficult at the moment.
Great. Yeah, thanks. That's a great answer. I'm gonna do a follow-up question. So, Kib, you've advocated for change for many of the underrepresented populations, and I wonder, do you see what we're dealing with now in post-COVID atmosphere? Are we seeing underrepresented populations affected more by this? And if so, what can we do moving forward to try to make sure they are better represented?
Yeah. Like I think this virus, it's like some people say. I heard like it's like gasoline being thrown into a fire that was already starting burning lightly, and so it just makes the fire even worse. And so we are seeing the problems that our society had been facing and dealing with just come to life at an exceeding rate, and so it's going so fast. And a great example, it's like Sedeka work. I think it's called Sedekas. It's like a dining hall contractor for William and Mary, and most of the workers got furloughed or lay off, and that has had great impact. There was a story on a Richmond Time Dispatch about a William and Mary worker who has to live on a motel with her kid and had a fundraising through GoFundMe to support her because she was unable to pay all her money. She was running out. And so there's that aspect. And a lot of minority or like frontline workers are considered like essential workers, like working for grocery stores and so many other things that have to get interacted with like the virus itself, like cleaning as janitor, housekeepers, and so forth. And so this virus is really have shown like it's definitely that gasoline that has just been thrown into this fire and it's burning rapidly. And I guess it has made us to see the inequalities that we face in front of us and how we have got to address those inequality in a very concrete way, in a meaningful way too, that's genuine and helps people get out of the situations they're currently in. And raises a lot of question about the future, like how are we going to rethink a lot of things that we thought were working, but then under the current situation, when it comes to a situation like this, those things then don't work anymore. Like you see the state trying to build a welfare state out of no, like just out of the bloom, you know, like how can we help people just out of the bloom? And so really, really raises a lot of question for the future. But yeah, I do think that there's ways that you definitely can help people. Um, like for instance, if there's mutual aid programs in your cities that you can help donate money to, like local food banks have been very helpful. We have seen a lot of people going to the local food banks. We saw like the pictures in LA with cars like lining up for miles trying to get food, with people trying to get food in their cars. Um, yeah, definitely providing your support, like definitely through mutual aid networks in your communities. If there's any people around your communities donating, asking for money to get support. Um, yeah, those are some of the things that come to mind right now.
Great. Yeah. Thanks. I think there's a lot to think about there, and it sounds like you do have some positivity, and you do think that on the other end of this, we can come out a better society, maybe because we're recognizing some of these inequalities. I guess in sort of future thinking, Kib, I know that you had secured a really great internship this summer with the State Department. Tell me, how is that still on? Do you think are students expecting to be able to fulfill their internships this summer?
Yeah, yeah, it's funny because so basically, yeah, I was conditionally offered an internship with the Department of State. Um, and the condition is that I had to get a security clearance to get the internship. Um, but that has stagnated because of the virus, and so basically what I've heard from um, the recruitment office at the Department of State is that they are looking into the current situation they are in, and they'll update each intern according to their condition and so forth. But as of right now, everything has basically stopped until they get more information from the Office of Personnel Management on how they're going to handle internship and doing investigation and so forth. So I'm a little bit pessimistic that it's all going to work out because May is coming out really, really fast. But at the same time, I'm very hopeful that something might come out of this. You never know. But as of right now, I'm just on the positive side that I'm going to get the background information stuff is going to get completed and I'm going to get the internship. But I'm just praying. Yeah.
Well, we'll be thinking of you, Kib. I guess with one piece of parting advice, what advice do you have for students in terms of how they should be spending their time now that they do have a little bit more time on their hands? How should they be spending it?
How should they be spending it? I would say read a lot. For me, it's been hard to find anything to read, but due to the fact that I have school here and William and Mary takes a lot of me. But if you have a lot of time on your hands, rather than wasting it, definitely read as much as you can. If there's a book in your shelf or any books online that you've been wanting to read, or audiobook, whatever way you want to gain knowledge, read something that you have, maybe a genre you have never read before, or just a different style of writing that you've never read before. Just read as much as you can, because just distract yourself. Sometimes the world is very cruel.
It's great advice, Kib. If you got extra time, read, coming from the man himself. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us, Kib.
Thank you.